Do you ever reread a text message 20 times, trying to decode what it really means? Not sarcasm, not distance, just what did they mean by that period at the end? If that sounds familiar, you're not broken. And you're definitely not too much. You might just be experiencing something psychologists have a name for. It's called anxious attachment. And by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why your heart does what it does. More importantly, what to do about it. Here's a number that might surprise you. Roughly 1 in 5 adults has this attachment style. That's 20% of everyone you know. For these people, love doesn't feel like a steady road. It feels like a roller coaster. Euphoric highs, devastating lows, and precious little in between. To understand why, we have to go back. Not to your last relationship, to your first one. In the 1950s, psychologist John Bowlby proposed something radical. The emotional bond you form with your first caregiver becomes a blueprint, a template for every relationship that follows. This blueprint quietly answers questions you never consciously asked. Is love safe? Can I trust people to stay? What do I do when I feel scared in a relationship? When a caregiver's love was consistent, kids generally grow up expecting relationships to feel safe. But when love was unpredictable, sometimes warm, sometimes absent, something else happens. The child learns a survival lesson. To get love, you have to work for it. You have to escalate, cry louder, cling tighter, stay alert. That survival strategy doesn't just disappear when you grow up. It rides shotgun into every adult relationship you have. So let's break down exactly what that looks like. 7 signs, real, specific, and more common than you think. Sign 1, a deep, persistent need for reassurance. This isn't just wanting to feel loved. That's universal. This is needing frequent, explicit proof the connection is still there. A text, a call, the words "I love you" said out loud, again. And here's the catch. That reassurance doesn't last. The battery drains fast. Within hours, sometimes minutes, the system resets to threat detected. Because this isn't about affection, it's about your alarm system scanning for danger. Sign 2. Hypervigilance to your partner's every mood. A slightly flatter tone of voice, a text that took 4 hours instead of 4 minutes. To you, these aren't small things. They're potential evidence of abandonment. This radar isn't random, by the way. It's a skill you built early, monitoring a caregiver's availability so you'd know when it was safe to approach. You're not paranoid, you're pattern matching from childhood. Sign 3. Intense discomfort with distance, physical or emotional. Here's the wild part. Your nervous system genuinely struggles to tell the difference between "my partner is in the other room" and "my partner is never coming back." To your logical brain, it's obviously an overreaction. But to the part of your brain that's older than logic, distance has always meant danger. That siren doesn't know the difference between 2005 and today. Sign 4. What psychologists call protest behavior. Double texting, trying to make them jealous, even threatening to walk out the door, just to see if they'll chase you. From the outside, this can look manipulative, but it's not a power move, it's a flare shot into the sky. A subconscious attempt to force proof that the bond is still intact. The tragedy is, it usually pushes the other person further away, exactly the opposite of what you needed. Sign 5. Idealizing your partner almost instantly. Early on, this person doesn't feel like a person. They feel like the answer, the one who will finally make the anxious feeling stop. So the small red flags, conveniently invisible, but real humans always eventually step off the pedestal. And when they do, it can feel less like disappointment and more like devastation. Sign 6. Quietly sacrificing your own needs to keep the peace. Different restaurant? Sure. Different plans? No problem. different opinion. Suddenly you don't have one. Bit by bit, you edit yourself down, hoping a smaller, easier version of you is less likely to be left. The fear underneath this is simple, and it's brutal. What if the real me is too much, and they leave? So you shrink. Except the cost of shrinking is that you slowly disappear from your own relationship. Sign 7. Emotions that swing hard and fast. Connected and adored one moment, gutted and panicked the next, all triggered by something as small as a slow reply. From the outside, people call this dramatic, but it's not drama, it's volume. Your emotional dial was cranked up early in life because big feelings were sometimes the only way to get noticed. The dial still remembers. Now here's a cruel twist almost nobody talks about. People with anxious attachment are often magnetically drawn to people with the opposite style, avoidant attachment. The avoidant partner's need for space triggers the anxious partner's deepest fear, which makes the anxious partner chase harder, which makes the avoidant partner retreat further. Round and round it goes, and research backs this up. Anxious-avoidant pairings report some of the lowest relationship satisfaction of any combination. It feels intense, it feels like chemistry, but intensity and health are not the same thing. So let's clear something up. Everything you just recognized in yourself is not a character flaw. Every single one of these 7 signs is a survival strategy that worked once. It got a caregiver's attention when attention was scarce. Your nervous system isn't malfunctioning. It's an alarm system that's a little too sensitive. It's not wrong that it cares about connection. It's just going off for candles when it's built to detect house fires. And here's the part that should genuinely change how you feel about all of this. Attachment style is not a life sentence. Researchers Davala, Carney, and Bradbury tracked people over time and found something remarkable. Attachment styles shift, especially inside stable, secure relationships. Psychologists even have a name for this outcome. They call it earned secure attachment, not born secure, built secure. Through awareness, through practice, through new experiences that slowly teach your nervous system a new lesson, connection can be safe without constant proof. But here's the honest catch, and it matters. A secure, patient partner helps enormously, but they can't do this work for you. You can't wait for someone else to finally make you feel safe enough. The security has to be planted and grown inside you first. So what does that actually look like? Day 1. Here is one concrete tool, starting today. It's called the pause and name technique. Next time you feel that jolt, the urge to send the 4th text, the panic that says they're leaving, stop. Don't act yet. Just name what's happening. My attachment system is activated right now. Then breathe, slowly, for 5 breaths. That's it. You're not solving the relationship in that moment. You're teaching your nervous system something new. This feeling is uncomfortable, but it is not an emergency, and it will pass, whether you send the text or not. Do that once, and nothing changes. Do it 50 times, and you start rewiring the blueprint you've carried since childhood. That's what earned security actually looks like. Small, unglamorous, repeated. So let's bring it all together. Needing reassurance, reading every mood, panicking at distance, protest behavior, idealizing too fast, sacrificing your needs, feeling everything at full volume. 7 signs, 1 origin story, and 0 reasons for shame. This isn't who you are. It's a strategy you learned, and strategies can be relearned. You didn't choose the blueprint you were handed as a child, but you get to choose what you build with it now. So here's the question worth sitting with tonight. The next time your phone buzzes and that familiar jolt of fear shows up, will you reach for reassurance, or will you reach for the pause? Either way, You now know exactly what's happening inside you when you choose. And that is where every change actually begins.